All right, now we're going to, as you know, we moved up, receive the annual report from the Planning Commission. We're going to have Chairman Chase be as kind to come to the podium and give the annual report for the Planning Commission.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. It is my pleasure to present to you at this time the 2017 Planning Commission Annual Report. We do have a bullet point presentation, and David will be clicking the slides as I hopefully get through them correctly. All right, so let's start with, if we will, Planning Commissioners who served in 2017. Those are Marie Kael, she was the chair until August. Myself, beginning in September, I became the chair. Rick Biasotti, he is the vice chair. Mary Lou Johnson, who was here earlier, she's a commissioner. Sundra Mishra, who retired. Perry Peterson, who will never retire. Joe Samut, who retired. Sophie Legacy, Kelly Letton, and Linda Mason. Those are the current and past members of 2017 Planning Commissioners. At the same time, we also had a council liaison, which was former City Council member Ken Ibarra. You know what? It's much easier having space up there than doing it right here. Sorry about that. Okay, next. Oh, David's already got it. Sorry, David. So, Planning Commissioners who have retired. Joe Samut, who was appointed to the San Bruno Commission on January 1996. Sundra Mishra, who was appointed in 2004, and Marie Kael, who was appointed in 2015. All of which are sorely missed. New Planning Commissioners, Sophie Legacy, Kelly Letton, and Linda Mason, who are a really good acquisition to the commission. So your selection was quite awesome. So just to highlight a few of the significant activities from 2017. We have the amendment to the accessory dwelling unit, the ADU ordinance. This particular ordinance is recommended for approval by the Planning Commission in January. It's in response to changes in the state law. As you can see here, the bullet point, it's a small internal or detached secondary dwelling unit up to 640 square feet with complete independent living facilities. Low-cost infill housing that serves different populations ranging from students and young professionals to young families. Next slide, Dave. Then we can go into the Skyline College residential project. Now, towards the end of 2017, it came before the Planning Commission. Over the next 30 days, we're hopeful that this proposal will come before the City Council for their consideration. And next slide, please. We have improvements to the Bay Hill Shopping Center. This is somewhat self-explanatory, you know, when you're looking at it, but there are some significant improvements that the owners and Planning Commission wants to get to. Number one, changing the color. They want to enhance the pedestrian pathways with new site furnishings, which include decorative bike racks throughout the shopping center, which are kind of whimsical, if you will. So the city's not quite, you know, anti-whimsical, contrary to popular belief. New drought-tolerant landscaping, a new color scheme throughout the shopping center, LED lighting throughout the parking lot, which will be a huge improvement. New rooftop mechanical screening, which will eliminate from view any of the mechanical devices that are up there on the roof. And, you know, so on. There's enhancements to all the existing trash enclosures and new master sign program, which that is really pretty critical, and replacement of the 2 existing monument signs. And those 2 signs are the ones that are on up by the Starbucks as you pull in, and then over by, what is it, pulling in towards the former, what was that, Radio Shack area. What was the street? Nueve. Okay, that's the other restaurant, correct. Now, moving forward, next slide if we could, are the goals for 2018. Well, as we move forward into 2018, there are a few of the goals the Planning Commission will be working towards accomplishing, and they're very doable. Number 1 is a zoning code update. The last fully comprehensive zoning code update was done back in 1982, quite a bit ago. So we really need to update it in order to reflect new regulations, community vision, the transit corridor plan, and the general plan. So that's something that we will definitely be striving to have done and get that accomplished. Secondly, we have a climate action plan. And what that is basically is we're looking to reduce the greenhouse emissions. And again, even though, well, I'll keep my political views out of it, this is, again, once again, it's a no-brainer. It's going to take some time, but, you know, it's a realistic goal, and we're looking forward to accomplishing that. Next slide, if you would. I have the outlook for 2018. That's a different one. There we go. Thank you. Did I skip one? Am I out of order on that, David? Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Yeah, I'm hard to follow, let me tell you. So for the outlook for 2018, and these are some of the projects that are anticipated to come before the Commission for consideration. 271 El Camino Real, the former Lee's Buffet site. That will be monumental if that gets accomplished. I mean, that has been vacant forever, so that's great. 111 San Bruno Avenue, it's a proposed 5-story mixed-use building located across the street from the Caltrain station, 62 dwellings, and approximately 8,500 square feet of commercial flooring or commercial space. So that's the former National Bank site, again, one that's been vacant for a number of years. And then we have 850 El Camino Real, which is the former Budget Motel site. Next slide, please. Okay, now we have redevelopment. And this is at the Mills Park Center. And it's 4.6 acres that look to be developed, 2 5-story mixed-use buildings, 327 dwelling units, 21,000 square foot of retail space. So that's a redevelopment issue, and hopefully that'll be another goal that we can accomplish in 2018. Next slide. Okay. Back one, if you would. Looking for the San Mateo Avenue Street. There we go. Okay, so the next one, and this is basically a public project in this particular instance. San Mateo Avenue Streetscape Plan and the Downtown Comprehensive Parking Plan. Again, those are goals that we feel are easily attainable in the coming year. Next slide. Basically, it's going to be the projects on the horizon. There we are. The first one I actually have here is the Bay Hill Specific Plan, Michael. There we are, thank you. That's 98 acres, and it's bounded by San Bruno Avenue, El Camino Real, Highway 280, and Interchange 380. So that particular project, hopeful, That's going to require working with the property owner of the Bay Hill, residents of that area, and the Community Development Department, headed by David Waldering. And, we will be striving to develop a strong vision for this area. So hopefully that will come to fruition. And lastly, in that case, a redevelopment of the shops at Tan Fran. There we go. So this will be accomplished by, again, working with the owners of Tan Fran to either develop and or redevelop portions of the property. That's another exciting thing that's coming down the road here in this coming year. So hopefully I covered everything on this report. If not, you'll have to speak to my boss. Okay? So anyway, that does conclude the 2017 Planning Commission Annual Report. Appreciate your time. Not that I was a nervous wreck, but thank you.
Thank you. Is there any questions for the chairman? If not,
All right.
as Mayor Wayne would say, we want to thank you very much for all that you and the commission do. You've had new members you've had to bring up to speed, and you've had a lot of great talent that, as you said, have retired, and some that may not anytime soon.
Exactly.
But in all sincerity, you're dealing with a lot, and there's a lot going on for the department to deal with and a lot for the commission. So we sincerely appreciate your time, your effort. It's not just 2 meetings a month, it's also ARC review and other things that you're dealing with for all that you get, which is free for your time and your volunteerism to this community. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. It's a pleasure. I mean, I know, speaking for myself, if I if I didn't enjoy it still, I'd be gone. So I think that's probably pretty much how all the other commissioners feel, and we got a great staff. It makes it a lot easier to get our job done when you got a good staff behind you. So kudos to them as well. Okay? And you're going to do a great job. Have a great year. I think I'm going to go home.
Thank you, Chair Chase.